by coaching. I'm streaming. Alright, welcome back to the jungle. Gonna be playing more LOCKe. For the runes, Electrocute, Sudden Impact, Grizzly Mementos, Treasure Hunter, and then Triumph and Cut Down. The Treasure Hunter and the Triumph will give us extra gold when we get kills. We're going to be trying to gank way more often. The more and more I play LOCKe jungle, the more I realize this guy's not too good in the jungle. So we might as well play for some ganks. Get a lead, and then, if we're snowballed, then he's a pretty good jungler. So we'll be starting the Raptors, and then after that, we'll do Krugs, get the red buff, and then we can gank after that. For LOCKe's kit here, we have magic damage on hits. The lower the enemy gets, the more magic damage that we have. The E is like a cast and an ulti. We get over that wall, and then our next auto is going to deal more damage. And then gives us a dash towards the enemy. The dash is AoE, so we actually want to save it until the Krugs get low here. And then we can E, dash through all of them, dealing that AoE damage. Very nice. We'll go ahead and smite the red. My top laner already died. Well played to him. So, maybe we can have a gank mid. No, that guy's full HP too. Amazing. Maybe we can gank bot lane. Our main ability, the Q here, you want to cast 3 of them and then do the auto, dealing way more damage. In the prior videos, I just straight up lied on accident, saying that it's better to alternate the autos, but hit all 3 and you get that bonus damage and you slow the enemy more. Need Aurora to jump in here before we can really go. There's her dash. There's her Q. There's her jump. A little bit of W. Q. 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 She knows that she has to flash or else she's going to take a ton of damage here. But now that she used her jump and her flash, if she walks up again, maybe we can have something. We're going to have to E. Q. Q. Oh! Q. Auto. Pretty good damage. Flash auto. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, Mr. Victor. I'll finish the job here. Thank God Aurora freaked that one. Now, Zed's going to be bot lane before me, so that's kind of a problem. I have a good flank here, but Zed should be to the play first. We can walk in pretty freely. Okay, Mr. Zed's still not here. Are you on Scuttle? No. Mr. Zed, what's the deal? You still finishing the clear? Whoa. Oh, this is so awkward now. Okay, onto the Lux W. Q. 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 Auto. That guy's dead. Well, everyone's really shutting out today, huh? Zed does not have his shadow, so we're going to E. Q. 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 1 auto. Pretty good damage. Ouch. Ouch. Close. Well, P's going to die. Haha. Aw. Aw. Guys. Alright. Alright, job's done. A little bit of this, a little bit of this, and boots. Don't mind if I do. Back to the top side. You may be wondering, well, when do you farm? Now's the time. If you do have 3 camp and 45 plays, well, now's the time. Rest in peace to that guy. As we come back to the camps, we'll get quite a bit of the catch-up XP. The camp XP is based on the average level in game, so as we're doing the ganks, top lane level 5, mid lane probably level 5. Yep. So now we get much more XP from the camps than if we would have done them to begin with. Q, Q, Q. So yeah, for the last part of LOCKe's kit here, the W. The W gives you this gray health, and then if you reactivate it or the duration expires, you're going to heal so much of the damage that you took. So much. An unbalanced amount. And that's what makes him so strong. That W's up, you can go in. Our W wasn't up whenever we hit the Z, so that's like the only reason we died. And then as you use the W, you get extra movement speed and attack speed. As if the ability wasn't strong enough. Oh! Please, Mr. Gromp, I have places to be. Buh. Buh. Cute. 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 Buh. A little bit up. Buh. Alrighty. Now that we're going to get level 5 here, we can play the game again. The Fiendish Codex, the Dark Seal, and the Boots is going to help us do the clear and then also get the kills here. More ability haste, you just have more of these abilities to then spam them out as you're doing these fights. Level 6 on the mid lanes. Bot lane kind of low. Scryer shows Mr. Zed's just lying in wait. Q. Haha. Yeah, our Q is not that long range. Bop, bop, bop. W. A little bit of healing. Mr. Zed doesn't have his ulti either. E, Q, Q, Q. Pretty good damage. Welp, to the bot lane. I would love to get a playoff here. That'd be awesome. I don't see one. Nobody's doing anything, Bob. Back to base. A couple amp tomes. We'll swap to the sweeper now. Don't you hate that? You're in position. I'm ready to go. Nothing's happening. At all. Hope the Cassante dives here so I can have some action. There you go. There you go. Send him to Kingdom Come. Honestly, maybe? Yeah, since he took that turret shot, maybe. Let that ulti expire. W, auto, and Mr. Zed's here. Sortie. Zed being level 6, we don't stand a chance. Howdy Bob Schmouty. Gets level 6 since he has 1 camp lead. So, it is what it is. Now, if Zed's smart, he would invade me on red, so let's just go ahead and skip that. We have 1 death, and then these other plays haven't worked out, so this is just the price we pay. We don't have tempo. It is what it is. Can hit this and see if Zed's trying to kill me. No noobs here today. Well, if you use a smite early, you get extra damage on these autos. And the lower the target is, the more damage this Q hit is going to deal. Level 6, we get our ulti, throw the urn, deal damage, slow the enemy, and then if they're low, it will execute them. And you can pick up the other urn to then get bonus damage. Bonus execute damage on the next ones. The Void Grubs now. Q, Q, Q. We can apply the Q stacks to all of these. Now that Zed has showed mid lane, I can just go ahead and use my W too. Oh, please hit it. Smite that, job's done. Going for the protobelt first this time. I think the protobelt's pretty good, as it gives you a lot of outplay potential. We've been going lich bane quite a bit, and with protobelt, it's pretty cheap. It's a lot cheaper than the lich bane. I think that's going to be important for Mr. LOCKe. I think if you're going to play him jungle, you want to be online as soon as possible. Where's the ward here? There we go. Mr. Zed. Is he going for the play? Mr. Zed, please go in. Mr. Zed is leaving. Mr. Zed is just throwing shadows. Kill these guys. Nice. Ulti. Q, Q, W, Q. Whoa! Kill that guy. Guess I'll go back this way, pick up my urn. And then E. Eventually here. Never mind. For some reason, it's like dangerous to hit that ward. Isn't that something? Bro, my allies are sleeping. Let's reset. Why does this feel so hard? Who cares? Who cares? I have my protobelt. A little bit of that, a little bit of amp tome. To the top side. The protobelt, we get that dash. It's going to deal damage. We get ability power, ability haste, and then HP. Once we complete the red smite, that dash dealing damage will also slow the enemy, helping us land the Qs here. With our Q, it deals damage and slows the enemy each time, and then whenever you hit 3 of them, and then you get that auto, that's when you deal the big damage. And especially as we enter the mid game, if we're not hitting that big damage, we won't be killing anyone. Bing, bang, bang. What's nice too is where we get that ability haste, we can spam out that second Q. That second Q cast just finishes the camp every time. Oh, don't mind if I... Never mind. Pretty hard to get in here. There's a ward. Unless... A little bit of W. E, ulti, Q, Q. Kill that guy eventually. Smite him. We get the E reset, but I just don't have to use it yet. Q, 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 E. Auto. Auto. Aurora, can you, like, maybe just focus up? E. I can't hit him, but, like, it doesn't matter. He's just dead to the autos eventually. Alright. Soften up that wave, and then into the river we go. Enemy mid and bot lane is the feeder, so we're just going to continue to gank those guys. What is going on, Victor? Once you know who the feeders are on any assassin jungle, you want to just continue to eat those guys. Don't help the losing lanes like Mr. 04 Renekton. Just go to where the free kills are and get them. Righty, nice Jinx ulti, dum-dum. And now with my ulti down, I'm just going to stay on the map and farm. Bro, my urge just to go bot lane, just to hit them is pretty high. Just to throw a funny urn over the wall. Let's just farm this and reset. Rest in peace, dum-dum. We're level 9, so we got the Q max. We'll be maxing that E second. Sword pin boots, and then into the Storm Surge. What I like about the idea of this build is that protobelt's so cheap, sword pin boots pretty early, and then Storm Surge is also pretty cheap. So as we get these items early, we can then fight early, and if we get more kills, then we can go to like 4 items. This guy's going to be pretty tanky. W protobelt. Q. 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 Urn. E. Auto. That guy's instantly dead. Pick up the urn. Q. 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 E in, and then auto backwards. Go ahead and get this one turret plate. Job's done. Any camps? I know the Zed took some of my red side. Since we're in the enemy jungle, I'm going to save my E. Might need it to get away. Right. Now with the red smite completed, we deal max health damage and slow the enemy when we hit them initially. The red buff's up. Don't mind if I do. In these fights, now that we're pretty fed, when we get a kill, the E resets. You gotta be really ready to use that E reset. It's one of the harder parts of LOCKe. Because that's what's gonna allow you to get multiple kills. Alright, run down the feeder. W. Moving. And protobelt. Get the slow. Q. Q. E. Flash. Auto. Q. Auto. Throw the urn. Spawn the crusty crab. He's dead. Pick up the urn. Victor, someone took your wave. Let's reset. Bob, we have so much gold. I have the Storm Surge in base. I'm rich. A little bit of this. Now, this Cassante has half HP this time. Way harder to kill. Storm Surge giving us AP, ability... No ability haste. Hold on. I have to kill this guy. Hello, friend. Let's do an up and down, and protobelt. Q, Q, Q. A little bit of smite. Auto. Waiting. W. Q, 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 E. Auto. Hit him. Hit him. Kill the damage. Q, Q, Q. Eventually. Eventually, bud. E. E. Amazing. Poor guy. Alright, let's continue to farm here. Honestly, nice. So Zed died mid. We can take this Rift Herald. LOCKe is so bad at doing the objectives. But if the enemy ints, hot dog. And then if my teammates help, even better. Oh. A little bit of HP. Necton's got the turret, very nice. Alright. I mean, I'm already in the river here. Aurora might be looking for a play. Whoa! Nice. W, moving. Q, Q, Q. A little bit of earn auto, E. Okay, I kind of messed that up. I could have got that one for myself. Go ahead and drop the Rift Herald. Aurora, I love you. Q. Oh, Q. And Q. Nice. E, auto. That guy's just dead. Gotcha. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Push. Push. Sortie, push. Push. Beep. Bop. Boom. Well, let's just fight. That's what these guys want. I have to use my W to really get in range. That's the trick here. W, Q. I said W and then I used the protobelt. Am I stupid? Whoa! What is going on? W. Autumn. Q. Q. E. Q. W. Trying to E away here. I'm super dead to Zed. Maybe if I got the reset from Cassante, but not today. It works out. You can see what a brutal ability the W is for the enemy to have to deal with. I tanked an Aurora ulti. I tanked her E. Her item. Like, I tanked so much just by pressing one ability. It's so stupid. Anyways, the Storm Surge. We got this so long ago. It gives us AP, Magic Pin, movement speed, and when we burst the enemy, it deals even more damage. Very nice. Going for the Shadow Flame next. I'm really just trying to get as much burst that I can. To the top side. Did a lot of fighting. Even though this ulti's up, I think it's time for a clear. It's time for a white boy to perhaps hit a camp. Yeah, LOCKe's been a lot of fun. It's a shame that he's not a true jungler, though. The more and more I play him, that becomes more apparent. And that's a shame. Such a cool champ. I feel like they're gating a lot of mechanical champs from the jungle. Oh, I missed. Alright, camps are done. Where are we going, Victor? To the blue buff, I see. I have a pretty good flank here. Use that sweeper again. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna do something stupid. Don't do this in your games. A little bit of W. E over the wall. Ulti. Q. 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 That's one. Moving. And wait for this guy to do his stuff. He's doing nothing. E. Protobelt. Q. Q. That guy's dead. Mr. Cassante. You got no turret. E. Q. 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 Whoa. Get the auto. Use that W. Heal his damage. Q. 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 One auto. Tons of damage. Auto. E. I don't get the E reset. What a bummer. Alright. That's so many of them dead. Now we'll take all this guy's farm. Job is done. I mean, we could try for the Baron. I'm gonna need some berries. Q, 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 proto, auto. You tank the Baron. Yeah. Q, Q, Q. Now I can tank with my W. Renekton can tank. Alright, this works out. Q, 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 smite. Bro, this champion's smite is so strong. Because once you hit the 3 Qs into an auto, holy shit does it deal damage. To the top side, let's do a fast clear and then kill everybody. Get the Shadow Flame completed, ability power, magic pin, and more burst damage when the enemy gets low. That's a lot more damage. That is a lot more damage. We're maxing out the W now, giving us more effective HP. Well, if you guys want to fight, I'll be there. Whoa, a TP. Aurora going in. Q. 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 W. A little bit of ulti. E. Auto. Q. 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 Not exactly. Not exactly what we were looking for. I missed that ulti on Jinx because she flashes away. And I don't get a single reset. If I can kill one, I can kill them all. But not like that. Flash is my arch nemesis on this champion, I swear. When they flash this ulti, it just gets so awkward. Go ahead and push, big man. Don't be scared. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Nice. Nice. And we're back at it. Do the dragon now. As we enter the mid game here. Well, the late game more. As we enter the late game. It's going to be my job to kill the squishy targets. Even when you're super fed, you don't deal any meaningful damage to the tanky targets, so... Always identify who you can actually kill. In this case, it's going to be the Jinx, the LOCKe, and then the Aurora. After I kill those guys, then I'll start spending my Qs on the world's tankiest Cassante. Full camps. Whoa! The Jinx is already dead. Hold on. I need to kill this guy quick. Where's the Lux? I'm going in. W. Protobelt. Ulti. Q. 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 Amazing. What a champion. Use that W. E away from this guy's shit. Q. Q. And we're dead. Well, we got one. Going that deep, I pay the price. I saw that the Zed wasn't spawned yet, and I was like, I can get in and out. I was wrong. Alrighty. Once we get the Zonias completed, we'll have a lot more playmaking potential. We got the Seekers, Ability Power, Armor, and the Stasis. Our next goal is going to be to win the next Baron, 230 on that bad boy. So, can't do stupid fights. Dying in these fights is fine. We farmed their camps, and we went in and killed them. But, in the upcoming fights, I need the fight to be set up for me to go in second, and then kill everybody on the enemy team. The best way to do that is by getting a flank, going into the Fog of War, showing up behind the enemy. If you play with your team straight up, not as useful, especially the later the game goes. As you get a flank, you usually have backline access to these squishy targets. So that's what we'll aim to do. Level 16, final points in our ulti, more damage. The execute threshold only goes up by 1%. That's not really useful. You have to get the pickups by getting the executes with the ulti throughout the game to really get a meaningful increase. In this case, we have 4 stacks, so we have an extra 4% on the execute. Which I guess, you know, 1 stack's not too bad. Or 1% per level's not too bad. Sweeper. Aurora. E. Ulti. Q. Wow, she flashed. Protobelt. Q. Where are we going? Ouch. W. Ouch. Heal all the damage she just dealt. Really normal and bounced. E. Q. 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 Hit him! There you go. There you go. The Jinx is pushing all alone. That's ridiculous. Jinx, I love you. Oh, it's super warded. What a bummer. Man, I still have a good flank. She's not hitting the Raptors. E? Oh. So she just doesn't walk this way. She's just up to nothing, huh? Amazing. Amazing. Mr. Zed. Whoa! Q, Q, Q. Ulti, auto. W. Heal that damage dealt. He uses a shadow to get over the wall, so we can't finish that kill. Just gonna go back to my camps now. Go ahead and do something, teammates. Go ahead. Uh-huh. Well, I told him to do something. God, this sucks. W, Q, Q, Q. Hey, Victor, we're gonna have to do some heavy lifting here. Maybe not. If they're never gonna start the Baron, then I'll just play safe as... Oh, Renekton's TPing. E. What? Protobelt, auto. Q, Q, W, Q. I'm still dead? Aw. 3,000 damage. What are we talking about? From where? You had Seekers. I know, man. He autoed me once and I died. Zone is completed. No matter how fed I get on Lock Jungle, every single time the late game feels hard, too. I mean, we have an ally factor, too, but like, bro. If I had this many kills on Talon, the game's over. I press ERQW and someone explodes. This guy have to land skill shots, it takes time? Nah. Alright, let's reset to the dragon like a chud. This will be Dragon Soul for us. Nice, they're not doing Baron. Blasco. 1, 2, 3. Auto. Whoa, W! Holy shit, we are getting annihilated. Q, Q. We gotta run. Renekton going in. Bro. Q, Q, Q. That's my whole team dead, Bob. That is my whole team dead and no dragon for us. White boy can't even get his wolves. Unless... Well, their whole team's gonna go for the Baron now. What am I gonna do about it? Absolutely nothing. Holy fucking moly, boys. Even though the scores are like high, these players are bad. What do you... Just farming as much as I can. We might have to go all the way to the super late game here. Alright, level 18. The problem is that the enemy is like really scaled. And they're gonna continue to get more levels and gold and whatnot. That just makes the game super hard for me. As we stop dealing that meaningful damage and I rely on my teammates. That's a bummer. Into the mid lane. Let's go cheese. Sweeper. There's one ward. Buh. Okay. Another sweeper. Q. E. Protobelt. Q. Ouch. Glad to be alive. That'll show me to exist. Get a reset. I can't even get into a bush without getting double ulted. Gotcha. How's it going, boys? How's everyone doing under turret? Remember the part where we need to get a flank? That's going to be pretty hard. Everything's going to be warded. The enemy has full control. Wish me luck. Gotta go around this. And when you have the flank, you really have to move your camera pretty quickly and see what's going on. Because they gotta choose the right time to go in. Alright, Casante's shutting out. A little bit of sweeper. Okay, pretty nice. W, ulti, moving. Q, E, that's one. E2, W, E1. Let's use the Zonias. Alright, not bad. That's all it takes. Okay. Okay. EQ, auto. Ouch. Come on, kill that guy. Nice. 20 seconds. 20 seconds on all of them. So at this point, now we know the game's gonna last forever, so gotta play for death cap. That's the only solace that we have. But yeah, in that fight, we get the flank, we throw that ulti on top of all of them. That ulti slows for a ton, and of course, deals the damage. And then as the enemy starts running towards us, it makes it pretty easy to land our Q. It's always harder to land the Q and you're just too short range when the enemy's sieging to play a normal front to back. Okay. Death cap giving us ability power. And more ability power for our ability power. Eventually I can sell a protobelt for Void Staff, I guess. 40 seconds to the dragon. I'm just gonna go set up for it. Got nothing else to farm for. Let's just go cheese a bush, why don't we? What's the enemy up to? Aurora's pushing. Zed is very strong. If I could chunk that guy, that'd be awesome. Easier said than done. Naturally. Okay. E, ulti, Q. Nice, that's one. E, that's two. Jinx, I love you. She's just clicking backwards, whatever. Whatever, let me pick up my funny urn. Boom. We have 7 stacks on that urn now. I guess another solace is that my passive on that ulti just scales infinitely. Ouch. Sweeper. Jinx, I love you. Jinx, please push mid. Oh, Q. And... please push mid. Another sweeper. Nice, Aurora pushes. W, protobelt, Q. Q, E, Q. That guy's dead. E away, use the W, and we're healed back to full. That's totally normal and balanced. Don't show, and... over the wall, ulti, Q, and he's just dead. Miss me. Normal and balanced, normal and balanced. Where's my ally? Hey, where are we going, Mr. Jen? Jesus. I thought I was safe as hell. I thought I could go forward and perhaps hit a Q. No, I'll just click backwards. I will just click backwards. See you guys in 40 seconds. Yeah, they'll walk in, man. They will. You got it. You're really up to something. 35 fucking minutes into the game. You are really up to something, aren't you? Yeah, time to recall. Stand in a bush, take some raptors, recall. You got it. That is the rotation. You are awesome. You are cool. What do we do here? I don't want to get rid of protobelt. I'll just save up, sell my boots for void staff. Alrighty, let's go kill some people. Victor's dead. Ulti. That guy's instantly dead. The Aurora's instantly dead. I mean, this is not going too bad. We need to deal with the waves first, so since that Cassante is pushing, that's where everyone's gonna go. This guy's gonna be so tanky. Your Honor, he has 1,000 magic resist. Q, Q, Q. Wait, he's not that tanky. Use the W. Okay, maybe I'm chudding out. Maybe I could have just followed him. Mr. Zed. Blastcomb, get in there. Protobelt. Proc the Edge of Night. Ulti. He's slowed. W, E, auto. Q, Q. Nice. Use the W. Boom, we heal half of our health bar. Did anyone see Zed hit me? Yeah, I didn't either. But suppose he did half my HP. Now, I'm one to talk about balance, though. Let me shut the hell up playing LOCKe. Q, Q, Q. Waiting. Auto smite. Oh! Okay, we're good. E, auto. You're stupid. Amazing. Get the E reset. Oh! Alright, sortie. Reset. Sell the boots. Void staff. Blue elixir. I'm slow, but I'll get there, boys. The blue elixir and the void staff giving us way more damage. Take these base portals. My team's ending the game. Wait for me. Ugh. Oh, okay, GG. Final score 18, 6, and 15. That's all it takes. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Click that join button to support the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.